are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get first-hand information about things happening around you. And I appreciate every one of you who are subscribed to this channel. And if you have not subscribed, please press the red button and make sure you press the bell icon, because if you don't press the bell icon, you will not be notified anytime we post news, because we want you to get the news as soon as they come, as fast as they come. So press the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime. The news we have for you now, you'll be glad that you are aware of it. Stay tuned.
Nigeria is a federal republic to remain by the grace of God, indivisible, indissoluble, sovereign republic under God, by the grace of God.
How Tinubu Yoruba leaders worked against MKO Abiola in 1993, says Sule Lamido. The former governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Sule Lamido, said no single Yoruba leader worked for the victory of Mashood Abiola in the annulled June 12, 1993 presidential election. Lamido said this while reacting over the recognition of June 12 by President Muhammadu Buhari as the Democracy Day in the country. He said on June 11 the old leaders of Yoruba were in NRC because they are seeing MKO Abiola a more of northerner and they didn't vote for him. It's like in 1999 Yoruba leaders worked against Olusegun Obasanjo. They only embraced them as their own after they had won election, Lamido stated. Lamido, however, stated that all the current APC leaders, including Muhammadu Buhari, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, worked against the June 12. No one among all the APC leaders worked for the June 12. Only the current secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustapha, who was then in Social Democratic Party, SDP, chairman in Adamawa State, he said. There is no way a broker of democracy can work for democracy, Lamido noted. He accused Buhari of being an enemy of democracy as there was no single time he promoted democracy in the country. It was Buhari that toppled the democratic elected government under Shehu Shagari. Lamido said President Muhammadu Buhari only declared June 12 as Democracy Day to make name because he worked against it. Just like what Lamido has said, he might not be far away from the truth, because one thing about this life is that when you are successful, everybody wants to associate with you. Everybody wants to be reckoned with you. Nobody wants to reckon with failure. Nobody wants to associate with anything called failure. That is how human beings are. It is a known fact. He made references to some things like even Obasanjo, because I'm still really surprised that even today a lot of Yorubas are really going against Obasanjo. They always complain of what he did and what he didn't do, that he never supported Yoruba, he never fought for the Yoruba, he never fights for the Yoruba, even up till now. They are always at loggerheads, Yorubas and Obasanjo. Most Yorubas, of course, he will still have some people that are his fans. Everybody cannot just go against him, but majority of the so-called leaders, they don't really have that regards for him. They always like, oh, this man, he has not really done anything for us, he has not really said anything, or he has not really done something that could really say that this man is indeed from Yoruba land. They always castigate him. We have pockets of people that still recognize him, that still accord him with some respect. But when you talk about Obasanjo in this country, almost everybody always like to talk down on him, try to downplay whatever he says, for the fact that Obasanjo self is still powerful on his own. So what Lamido is saying might not really be far from the truth, and making reference to Buhari, that Buhari was not a democratic person, that he had never supported democracy, he has never been democratic, that he never preached or he never supported democracy. Of course, it's possible that at some point he might not believe in something, but as day goes by, as life changes, as things begin to change, you begin to have a kind of rethink. Again, just like what Lamido said about Tinubu and some other Yoruba leaders, some of them were not in the same party with Abiola because they never believed in him. Like I said, people always want to recognize with success, and that is why you see all of them coming together now. Everybody is beating his or her chest that I really worked for June 12, this and that, taking glory to themselves. Meanwhile, we heard that a lot of people betrayed him, a lot of people that worked with him then, But as soon as he was detained or as soon as he was in the prison, some of them started running away from the country. Some of them had to go back even to the military. Some of them took appointment from the military and they were trying to justify the fact that they were in the military or to work with the military then for them to fight for his release because he was still in detention. But as MKO was still in that detention, he was still making some statements and all of that. We heard that a lot of people still went on his behalf to beg. Who was in charge of the military then? Some people still worked genuinely for him, but most people, maybe out of fear, they had to like step back. And I'm sure they began to see that this man might not be out of this jail. But most of them didn't envisage that he was going to die. But they just believe that this guy, since he was being detained and he might not be out of that jail for a very long time. So everybody started taking shapes. Everybody started taking position just to fix themselves. Like I said, it is in human nature. Once people begin to see that things are not really working the way they wanted or they expected, they just try to reverse. And if you are not careful, they will just be pushing you. And when the problem comes proper, you will not see anybody again. Lamido also said that among all the people parading themselves, saying that they fought for June 12th, that it was only Boss Mustafa that was really part of Abiola or that could really say, okay, you worked or it was part of the struggle of Abiola or June 12th as at then, just like he said. So you wouldn't blame people because now the man is no more. Abiola is no more. Everybody can say anything. Even the people that said a lot of bad things about him, a lot of people that deserted him, even some of the people that deserted him, now they will be coming and be saying something different because the man is no more alive. But we still have some pockets of people that can still testify that, they can still pinpoint some people that no, you are not part of them. You are not part of them. You can't be taking the glory, just like Lamido is saying. And he started mentioning their names to the extent that he said even the president is not a democratic person. He doesn't believe in democracy, or he didn't believe in democracy, whether he has believed in democracy, because if he doesn't believe in democracy, he wouldn't have had the guts or the opportunity to say he wants to name a stadium after Abiola. Like, people are still castigating Obasanjo that what he couldn't do even as a Yoruba person. That when Abuja Stadium was built, some people approached Obasanjo to name the stadium after Abiola, that he refused. That was what we heard from rumors, that Obasanjo refused. People are now attacking Obasanjo. Can you see yourself now? What you couldn't do, another person is doing it. Let's say Buhari is just too smart for the fact that he did wrong or what people perceived about him then. Now he's just trying to right the wrongs and immediately wants to take the glory to himself, and he wants to get the praise, and he's getting the praise already. He's getting the praise. There is nothing anybody's going to talk about it. There's nothing anybody's going to say about him. Buhari is already getting the praise for naming the national stadium after Abiola and accepting to make it a public or a national public holiday. Some people are still saying you can't just attack Obasanjo just like that, because if Obasanjo had not built that stadium, Buhari wouldn't have seen anything or whatever to name Abiola after. And some people still argue that even Jonathan tried his best, but they didn't allow him because he named University of Lagos after Abiola, and that very day you could see a lot of people condemning it and they had to reverse it. So everybody in one way or the other has contributed, whether positively or negatively. So guys, that is just my own submission concerning what Lamido has said. Like I said, and I'm still going to repeat it, that people always try to reckon with success. People always try to go to where their bread will be buttered. So it is in human nature. It is a natural thing. So I would like you guys to dissect and let us have a constructive submission concerning what Lamido has said. Thank you very much for always listening. Bye.